Back now at 7:43 with a pint-sized preacher. Canon Tipton was just 21 months old when he first took to the pulpit at his family's Pentecostal church in Mississippi. Now the 4-year-old internet sensation is set to be featured on a National Geographic special. We're going to talk to Canon in a moment, but first his story. The mouths of babes has new meaning in the digital age. Now 4 years old, his evangelical enthusiasm also has a message.
Hallelujah. I'm preaching about I'm preaching about the one God. Like a man's church to the man's church of Pentecost, of Pentecost is what I do for the one Lord, the red hot Papa. If the Lord has a word, he was of Pentecost, of Anita's, Mississippi. The Lord is here tonight. And his name is Jesus. There's only one God. And then he's going to praise out his tears and just worship God. And then he's going to worship God. Because the Lord is going to do it. That means God has to do it. And then Jesus has to do it. And then God is going to do it. And then Jesus. Whoa! I love to preach tonight.
And 4-year-old Canon is with us now, along with his parents, Pastor Damon Tipton and Candy Tipton. Good morning to all of you.
Good morning.
Well, we'll ask Canon a couple questions in a minute, but Damon, first I'll start with you. How do you explain this gift, this ability to stand in front of crowds and preach?
Well, one word comes to my mind, and I believe it's phenomenon. I really believe it's a phenomenon, and what Canon does. It's very unusual. I've never seen anything like it, even though being his parents, so it's quite something.
Well, you, of course, are a preacher. You're the son of a preacher. He grew up in church. There will be some out there watching this who say, he's just 4 years old. He started at 21 months.
Reborn Preacher. 4 is a sermon sensation. Canon Tipton is a preacher who has become a YouTube sensation, brought congregations to their feet, and appeared in a television special. But he still has other challenges ahead, like starting the first grade. Dubbed the world's youngest preacher, the 4-year-old from Mississippi has galvanized audiences in person and online, where videos of his energetic sermons have been viewed more than 4 million times. The latest in line in his family, following in the footsteps of his Pentecostal preacher grandfather and father. Off the pulpit, Canon doesn't preach on command, but when the mood strikes him, he works the microphone like an old pro. He was just 21 months old when he ambled on stage as his grandfather was finishing up a sermon. He grabbed the microphone and began talking with a preacher's mannerisms and cadence. In his tiny suit and tie, Canon has continued to preach, rousing audiences to their feet with his messages about the red-hot revival. The Lord is here tonight, and his name is Jesus, he proclaims in one clip. There's only one God. It really captures the audience. The fact that a little child like this can be saying some things like that, his father said. Yes, this is another sign of the times, and a physical manifestation of the book of Revelation. These are the end times, transition days, when everything that must change for the better, and quickly or rapidly. Daniel chapter 12. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which stands for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. 2. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awaken, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. 3. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness, as the stars forever and ever. Malachi chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. 6. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, and the heart of the children to the fathers, lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. Revelation chapter 10, verse 5. And the angel which I saw stand upon the sea and upon the earth lifted up his hand to heaven. 6. And swore by him that lives forever and ever, who created heaven and the things that therein are, and the earth and the things that therein are, and the sea and the things which are therein, that there should be time no longer. 7. But in the days of the voice of the seventh angel, when he shall begin to sound, the mystery of God should be finished, as he has declared to his servants the prophets. Everything is connected, and everything is numbered. In other words, it's also called fate or destiny. It's time for all prophecy to be fulfilled. Revelation chapter 18. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the rulers and leaders of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. 4. And I heard another voice from heaven, saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God has remembered her iniquities. 6. Reward her, even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she has filled, fill to her double. 7. How much she has glorified herself, and lived deliciously and luxuriously. So much torment and sorrow give her, for she says in her heart, I sit as a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord God who judges her.